I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran. This is my place to talk about weight loss, life, fitness, and being the most amazing, awesome version of me possible. And that does include a 150-pound weight loss journey. So it is time to share my journey and where I'm at right now and what my plans are for the future. And I am so excited to share this today. So a few months back, I actually began to focus on numbers. It started with the 2021 challenge because I had this huge number and I was focused on getting my numbers. And then it was like, you know what, that's working for me. Maybe I should focus on the numbers on the scales. And I started to focus on the numbers. And it is okay to be focused on the numbers. However, I stopped focusing on the habits that I need to have in place for me to be healthy, fit, and to lose weight. Luckily, a week or two ago, I read a fabulous book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I actually did already talk about this and the habits and how we have to create habits and how we can have the long-term goals, but we really need to be worried more about the habits that we are creating and living, because those habits are what are going to bring us to wherever we need to be, to success or failure. It's the habits. And so it made me really sit back and start thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Because you see, I stopped focusing on the habits. And you can actually see that in my monthly videos. It used to be all about habits, getting my step counts in, tracking my foods, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, once I changed my focus, I started to focus on the numbers. My monthly reports were, I lost such and such. I didn't reach it. I did reach it. And that's okay. But I was not focusing on the habits. And that is where my focus needs to be if I'm going to be successful. Sure, I still want to lose weight, but for me to be healthy and to lose the weight, I needed to revamp what I'm doing and what my focus is on. And that is what we are doing today. Now, I am still going to be sharing my weight loss because that is part of the journey, but I'm going to be focused more on the habits. So I sat down and I created a list of habits that I feel that I need to be working on right here, right now, in order for me to be moving toward the goal of actually being a thinner, healthier person. And these are what I am focusing on right now. Number one, water. We can't get away from it. Water aids in every aspect of our bodies. Water is just amazing. I'm not going to go into the benefits. I might have to do another video about that in the future, but water. And I decided that I needed to set a goal to get at least 64 ounces every day, at least. That is a habit that I need to be keeping because water is that important. The second habit that I'm going to be working on is fruits and vegetables. And years ago when I was losing with Weight Watchers, I remember sitting in a meeting and they were talking about how you need to get your 5 fruits and vegetables a day. And everybody's like, oh my word, that's so hard. I can't do that. Oh, this is terrible. And they asked the class, does anybody have any hints? Is anybody getting their 5 fruits and vegetables in? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And they were like, well, how many are you getting? I'm like, I'm actually getting about 8 a day. And they were flabbergasted. But you see, I was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables as my bulk of my food that I was eating. It fills me up. It's healthy for me. It was nutritious and it's low calorie. So I actually was kind of embarrassed to admit it that day. But the good thing about that story is that it reminded me that, you know what, when I was losing the first time around, I was eating a heck of a lot of vegetables. So I'm aiming for at least 5 fruits and vegetables. Now I'm trying to not eat all fruits and I'm trying to not eat all vegetables because we do need a balance. And honestly, I'm trying to get a few more some days. So bare minimum, 5 fruits and vegetables each day. I'm going back to the thing of tracking. I have to track my food. Good, bad, or ugly, the food has to be tracked. Plain and simple. Because even though I'm eating those fruits and vegetables, I can still do some damage on the other portion of my food. I'm actually also going back to the habit of saying that I need my food to be in line at least 6 days a week. And yes, I would love my food to be in line 7 days a week. And if I can get it, woohoo. But I am aiming for sustainability. And if I want to be sustained with this program that I am embarking on, I need to make it realistic. And realistic means that I might have days and I don't want to say, well, I messed up. I'm giving myself the freedom to be imperfect. I am going to continue my habit of one sweet treat a week on the weekends. And while this isn't a really good habit, it is working to eliminate the bad habits. And so it's working hand in hand. I am also going to be working to exercise or be active at least 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Now, that goes hand in hand because I'm also going to say that I do need to continue to get my 6 miles a day that I need for the 2021 challenge. It's actually a good thing for me. So there you have my habits. I am raring to go with these habits. I kind of have to admit, I started these habits about a week and a half ago, and I'm tickled with where I'm at. So let's talk about the previous month. Weight loss, I don't know how I did it. I actually, for the month, lost 0.4. I lost a half a pound for the month of March. Okay, miraculous really, because I was going way in the wrong direction. And so I had gained. And with me starting this new plan and changing how I'm approaching food and my habits, I was able to get what I gained back off with that half pound to spare. So I'm happy with it. I would love to say it had been more, but it is what it is. And I'm going to rock out April because I'm on track with this new plan. So exercise, I'm doing actually really good with this. I actually have taken a total of 2 rest days during the month of March. The one time I was so worried about. And the second time I'm like, you know what? It's been a week and a half. I'm good with this. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And on that day, we didn't even walk. But you know what? I got right back on the bike the next day and I rolled and I did not let one day deter me. And I can tell that I actually came back more refreshed. So the rest day was good. With the 2021 challenge, I actually was hoping to end the month of March and be exactly 1 month ahead in the overall progression. Because you see, I have my miles split down between the whole year, which means I need to get a minimum of 6 miles a day. Actually, it's like 5.68, something like that. But for all sake and purposes, let's just say 6 miles a day. And I was hoping to end March and be able to say, I am 1 month ahead. And, well, I did it. I am 1 month and 2 days ahead. So I'm actually on target to be done with this challenge by the end of November. So I'm tickled with that. Now, I'm even more tickled because when I started this challenge, I knew that the winter months were going to be extremely difficult because we don't bike in the winter. And biking is where we rack up the miles. When we go out on the canal, we actually usually ride 25, 30 miles in one day. If we're on the mountain bike trails, we are actually riding 10, 15 miles. And then the next day we might take a rest day and only ride 15, 20 miles on the canal. So we actually ride a lot of miles in the weekend. And so I knew if I could make it to the summer that I would actually probably be doing really good. I made it to the summer and I made it ahead of time. So I am excited about what the summer is going to hold for me in terms of mileage. So as I said, my last week has been fabulous. I have been focusing on the fruits and veggies. I've been getting my water in. I've been exercising. I even took that rest day. Everything is going good and my weight is actually starting to show results. But even more importantly, I feel better. I feel more refreshed. My body, I can tell, is actually thanking me for the vegetables and the fruit that I have been eating. So April, here you have it. This is what I'm focusing on. Healthy habits. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to eat my fruits and vegetables. I'm going to exercise at least 6 times a week for at least 20 minutes a day. And that has to include the 6 miles a day. I'm going to track my food. I'm going to make sure my calories are in line at least 6 of those days. Now, I have always included a step count of 5,000 steps a day, and that's difficult because I do work a desk job. I'm working at home, so it's hard to get my steps. But I'm going to, I think, keep that because I really do need to focus on getting more steps. Even if it's just getting up and walking in place a little bit, it helps. So I'm going to add that habit back in also. So there you have it. I was so excited to share this with you because little habits make huge changes. No excuses. I am so excited to share with you what my new route for this journey. I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.